Hey, welcome back to Stillness Project channel. I want to share this experience with you that I had recently while I was eating my lunch on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And the reason why I feel compelled to share this with you is because the insight taught me so many things that I'm sure you'll relate to in your life. And it's okay, you and I aren't alone. I'm seeing this epidemic across the world wherever I go. You know, the mountains of Bali, the airports of LA, everywhere I go I see the same thing. I call it a distraction disease. And it's become a global viral bug. So there I was eating my lunch on a nice lazy Sunday afternoon. I was pushing that food into my mouth and scrolling through my news feeds on Facebook on my iPhone while I was eating. And it's not often I have time to go through the feeds, but thought since I'm just sitting here, well, I may as well just see what everyone's up to. And I read about how someone was going to the markets to buy groceries in their gumboots because it was raining. How someone had just moved house and loved it, how someone had just missed their plane and had to wait in the terminal for 4 more hours, and how someone's daughter had just played piano and they were very excited by it. On and on it went. And through the news feeds, I devoured this information while I was shoveling food into my mouth and down into my stomach. And then it happened. I paused, took a breath and looked up from my Facebook feed on my phone. And I was amazed at what I saw. The rain had been falling and the sun had just come out and it was shining on the leaves, on the trees outside the window, and it was this beautiful sparkly sight. It was just magical. It was still raining and there was this beautiful sort of like tinsel falling down outside the window. It was one of those beautiful lazy Sunday days. It was still sort of air warm and thick, but rainy and grey, and the sun had just started to sparkle. And there wasn't a breath of wind outside, and I could hear the raindrops falling still on the roof. How could I have been ignoring all of this? And then it dawned on me as my senses started to awaken that I'd also been ignoring the incredible food that I'd cooked and was eating. I spent all that time preparing and cooking that food, and yet I was completely oblivious to what I was putting into my mouth. I didn't know what it tasted like, didn't know what it smelled like. I was just distracted. And so I stopped and regathered and I went through my 5 senses. What was I tasting, seeing, touching, smelling and hearing? There was so much beauty around me, but I had temporarily caught this distraction disease and I wasn't taking any of it in. And now after pausing and regrouping, I became present again. The food tasted so much better. I felt calmer and more engaged in the now. I could feel the food nourishing me. I delighted in the sounds of nature dropping on my roof, the sight of the clouds and the sparkly raindrops outside. And bliss sort of started to fill up with inside me. I was aligned again. I was present. And so here are 5 tips on how to shake off this distraction disease. Now, above all for me, number 1 is meditation. It helps me become present throughout the day. It helps me train my mind to be in the now, and I have authority over my mind through this regular practice, and I recommend 2 meditations per day of 20 minutes. For me, yoga is a really important part of the practice. It really helps me spend time away from my phone first and foremost, but really getting present with my breath and my body and aligning that breath, body and mind all together. Very, very powerful at becoming present. When eating, make sure you put away technology. It really is such a distraction when we're eating food and nourishing us with that vitality and the nutrients, and yet here we are completely distracted from that experience. So I like to remove technology while I'm eating. 1 screen policy. In our house we have iPods and computers and iPhones and TVs. 1 thing at a time. If we're watching TV, let's watch TV. If we want to go on our phone, go into another room and go into our phone there. And finally for me, spending time amongst nature, just training myself to engage with nature, to stop and smell the flowers, as they say, to look at the intricate details in a leaf, to watch an ant crawl along the sidewalk, to feel the gentle breeze on your cheek. The distraction contagion is an epidemic, but you can get that vaccination and avoid catching it if you follow these 5 steps above. As we mentioned, meditation will help a lot with this, and I've been teaching meditation for many years now, and still to this day I love watching someone transform through the power of stillness. So if you want to find out more about meditation, you can go to stillnessproject.com and you can see more about our programs, our retreats and our ebooks there. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. We'll have more for you very soon. Have a great day.